Yo, what's going on, guys? We got some early details on NangongYu's kit and potentially what she could do. I don't normally cover this kind of stuff because it's so subject to change, but I wanted to cover this for a couple reasons. One, I've been waiting for this character for a very long time. As you guys know, I think she has a good design, the best design of all the idols, and she has the most badass weapons in the entire game. You can fight me on that. I genuinely think her weapons are badass. So I've been waiting on her for a very long time. So I'm just excited to talk about her. But also, even if all these kit details end up being somewhat wrong in the future, it's still very easy to have a meaningful discussion on how a stunner made for Anomaly agents could really affect the future of the game. So sit back, buckle in, and let's talk about it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kat the 7th, and I'll be your host today. All right, here we are. We today are going to be on Penguin's account. But the reason we're on Penguin's account is because he has a lot of the Anomaly agents. The only one he's missing is Yanagi, but that does not matter. And the reason we need the Anomaly agents for this video is because we want to talk about the kit details we just got for NangongYu. Now I will show my screen. Let's see. Here we are. Now I'm not showing any official pictures or anything, so don't worry, we're not going to get in trouble. This is all just text. But essentially, these are some kit details, and don't take this for a fact right now, because a lot of this could be changed or wrong. But I just want to go over them real quick, but just do know that this could be fake. But it's saying she's ether stun, and if you guys watched my previous idol video, I predicted she would be ether stun. So this is actually very interesting. But the thing that's throwing me off is that she could actually work with attack and anomaly agents from the details we have. I thought she would only just be an anomaly stunner, but maybe they gave her a tiny bit synergy for attack agents. So if you did pull her and you don't have a large anomaly cast, you wouldn't be screwed. She could still work with them. So, but let's just read everything, right? I've already read this, but this is for the video. Let's read everything. Character NangongYu, she's an ether stun. Additional ability requirement, anomaly or attack. Core passive, when EX special hits an enemy, stun damage multiplier is increased by 35%. She has a special state, and this state is applied through basic attacks. While in the state, the enemy does not take daze, stops stun recovery, and does not take anomaly buildup, and anomaly effects cannot tick down. When the state ends, accumulate the total damage, stun, and anomaly. I'm assuming that's anomaly application, which is crazy if you know what this means, like accumulating all of that. So like that's like, to me that sounds like a huge detonation, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe someone else can interpret that a different way, but I think that sounds like a huge detonation. And also when impact above 140 increases, you basically can get up to 40% extra damage bonus for every 1 point of impact, essentially. And if an anomaly is triggered, the anomaly damage dealt by this attack will be changed to an additional plus 50%. So when I first read this, 50% is a lot. It's a lot, right? It really is. It's a lot. Is this a 50% multiplier or is it additive? Because that's a lot. And then if the stun is triggered, the stun damage multiplier is increased by 25%. So essentially, from what I'm seeing, she can basically give a 60% stun damage multiplier. And depending on the agent's role, when using quick assist with this state, so she does give quick assist, the buff they get is different. Anomaly agents will get 80 AP, and attack agents will get 30 crit damage. Also, basic attacks can perform up to 34 consecutive attacks. And bro, this has me kind of excited because one of the reasons why I really love Rokudo, and I've been waiting for her for a very long time, is because of her weapons. So let me switch my screen. Bro, these weapons, and we also have other renders. I'm not going to show you those renders. I would actually get in trouble for those, but I won't get in trouble for showing you this basic one because it's been a thing for a very long time. But we have other renders that show like they're basically on chains. So she can basically swing them, like she can spin them. So when I hear 34 consecutive attacks, brother, oh bro, I can't wait for this gameplay. That makes me so happy. That's actually crazy. I guess it's going to be a little bit similar to Chingy, right? I'm going to assume. So if I go back to the game, here, let's just go to the training mode. I'm assuming it might be something similar to Chingy or Jufufu. You know how Chingy and Jufufu can just keep their basic 3 spamming the entire time? I'm going to assume that if she can do that many attacks in a row, it's going to be something similar where you can just keep on attacking like this with Chingy or Jufufu. That's what I'm going to assume if she can do that many attacks. But perform up to 34 consecutive attacks. Obtain 1 stack when basic attack 4 hits an enemy up to 4 stacks. Wait, obtain 1 stack when basic attack 4 hits an enemy up to 4 stacks. Okay, got you. And when at 4 stacks, hold basic to charge and consume all stacks to attack. Hold bait. Bro, that's just like Chingy, right? Yo, am I tripping? Like, that sounds just like Chingy. Like, instead of meter, it's stacks. That's like the only difference. Yeah, instead of meter, it's just stacks. Consume 60 energy and deal large amounts of days and get 2 stacks. And ultimate deals a large amount of days, gain 4 stacks. Now, the most important thing here is when she's in the special state, enemies do not take days, stop stun recovery, does not take anomaly buildup, and anomaly effects cannot tick, but they accumulate. There's a character in Honkai Star Rail editor, you could put that on the screen, named Cypher. And I know that Cypher has a similar mechanic for people who have played Star Rail, where she can like accumulate damage, right? And then just release it all back. And so like it sounds like something similar to that. And I just think that's so cool. It's very interesting. It's such an interesting kit. By the way, this is also a very good kit too. I believe Jay Stern, editor, put Jay Stern's stuff on the screen right now. Go check out Jay Stern. He's a goat. He's really good at the game when it comes to TC. I believe he did very quick calculations when we first got these. And he said like, yeah, like these are very good buffs. If a lot of this ends up being true, she's going to be a good character, man. And she's also going to be the anomaly stunner like I thought she was going to be, like we assumed she was going to be from the last 2 videos I've made about the idols. But the most important thing, reason why I'm making this video, when you come to the anomaly agents in the game, like if we started with Yanagi, right? Yanagi has an amazing stun combo. Like you can do really, really good stun combos with Yanagi. If you play manual chain, and you manage your anomaly properly and you go into stun with a decent amount of energy, you can do very, very, very good stun combos with Yanagi. But the issue is Yanagi needs an anomaly character or an electric character, and not having her additional is a huge deal. So the only realistic way to play NangongYu with Yanagi would be to use Rina, and that's not using Yuzuha, who's the better character. Now I'm sure that Rena will still clear and Rena will still do fine, especially after the buffs, because we know that Rena is going to eventually get buffed in the future. So I'm sure it would do fine, but that is a weakness for Yanagi. She wouldn't be able to use Yuzuha. You probably have to do like Yanagi, Vivian, Rokudo, but that might not be better than Yanagi, Vivian, Yuzuha. You see what I'm saying? So while a character like Yanagi has a very good stun combo, it sounds kind of awkward on paper to make a team. And then we go to another Anomaly agent. Can't you sort? Yeah, that helps a lot. We go to another Anomaly agent. Let's go to Grace. Same thing, right? Has to be Electric, Bellabog, or Anomaly. And Grace just got buffed to be where she is a much better carry. And Grace actually has a pretty good stun combo now. But she runs into the same issue. You wouldn't be able to use Yuzuha if you wanted to use her with Rokudo. It'd be awkward team building, right? If we come to Bernice, Anomaly character or same faction, do you see the issue? It's looking like that NangongYu has the potential to be very, very good with Anomaly agents because of her sheer buffing and her mechanics. But there's just a lot of Anomaly agents that kind of run into weird team building. You see what I'm saying? And I am Rivenous. Yo, editor, put him on the screen. I am Rivenous, my really good friend. He told me how good Bernice's chain attack is for stun because it builds up so much Anomaly. It has a much higher Anomaly buildup than the average chain attack for Anomaly agents. So it's like, yeah, Bernice has this great chain attack that can build up a lot of Anomaly, but still you run into really awkward team building, right? And then we go to obviously a lot of people's favorite, Miyabi. Now Miyabi is fine because Miyabi, not only does she have really good stun combos, she has very good stun combos, she only needs a support. She doesn't need like an ice agent. She can do support or section 6. So you can do a Miyabi, NangongYu, and Yuzuha team. You can do that. So Miyabi doesn't run into that issue. We go to Piper. I believe Piper has the same issue as Bernice, right? Yep, physical or faction. Piper runs into the same issue. Actually, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Wait, but I forgot. Yeah, no, I forgot. No. Yeah. Yuzuha's physical. No, she doesn't run into that issue. So Piper's okay. Piper's okay. Piper does not run into that issue. Piper does not. Yeah, you're right. I completely forgot that Yuzuha was physical. Alice. Obviously, Alice doesn't run into that issue, right? Because she just needs Anomaly or support. Jane. Anomaly or same faction. And that's kind of heartbreaking for Jane because Jane actually has really good stun combos. Like doing double Jane, so you start stun, right? Like say you're using Jane Vivi. You start stun with Vivian's EX special. And while you do Jane's chain attack, you cancel. And Vivian's still doing her thing off field. You do Jane's spin, and at the last spin, you quick swap to Yuzu, start another chain into another Jane chain, and then you do your spin again, end, EX special, back to Vivi, back to Yuzu, Yuzu will EX quick assist Jane back in at the end of her EX special, and then you can do Jane's ultimate, right? So Jane has a very, very, very good stun combo, but she runs into awkward team building. So yeah, I guess Jane, NangongYu, Seth is an option. It's just unfortunate, right? Like if NangongYu comes out and she really is like a really, really, really fucking good support for Anomaly agents, it's just unfortunate that some Anomaly agents don't run into this issue when it comes to team building, but others do. And then the last Anomaly agent, Vivi. And then Vivi is Anomaly or oh, Vivi does not run into that issue. See, like, because you could technically do Jane, Vivian, Rokudo. If you hear me, by the way, if you're watching this video, if you hear me say Rokudo, we've been calling her Rokudo for over a fucking year. So I'll go back and forth between Rokudo and NangongYu. Rokudo is way easier to say, by the way, but we've been calling her for a Rokudo for a very long time. So that's what I mean. But you could technically do Jane, Vivian, Rokudo. But would that be better than Yuzuha? That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, that team technically works, but would that be better than Yuzuha in the last slot? You see how it might get awkward. It really depends on how good the buffs are and how much can the team take advantage of extra stun windows. That's the thing, right? That would depend. It really depends, like, how much do they take advantage of extra stun windows and how good are the buffs? More options is true. Yeah, having more options is good in general, yes. So it wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. And then obviously we have Arya. He's going to work with Arya 100%. But I just thought it was interesting, right? I just thought it was very, very interesting. Like, outside of like a character like Bernice and Vivi, I guess their chain attacks do a decent amount of anomaly buildup, but I wouldn't say their stun combos are crazy. I do think some anomaly agents would take advantage of it more than others, but there are some that could do really good stun combos like Jane and Yanagi that run into a little bit of awkward team building. It's a little bit awkward. And then at the end of the day, right, there could be characters that just still prefer another anomaly agent, because there still is a chance that while Jane has a good stun combo, maybe Jane, Bibi, Yuzu, like I said earlier, is just better. Like, obviously, I don't really want to discuss like overall power right now. It's way too early, but I did think it was interesting to talk about like the flexibility of some of the characters right now that we already have in game. Because if we go back to this, right, she's giving about 50 AP, 60% stun damage multiplier, 40% damage bonus just from her buffs alone. Subject to change, obviously. All of this is subject to change. I don't know if that actually beat Yuzuha in buffing, but it could be a case like Trigger. Like, here, let me give you a good example, right? Oh, wait, don't tell me. Wait. Penguins! Fuck, you don't have Trigger? Oh my god. Okay, fuck. Oh, that ruined the example I wanted to do. Okay. No, I can fix this. I know how to do this. Okay, can you guys see this? So if you don't know Hirari, go check them out. They make really cool gameplay videos for ZZ. They're very good at the game. But in the case of a stunner like Rokudo versus Yuzuha, I can use Trigger and Astra as an example. So Astra has better buffs than Trigger, right? She has better overall team buffs, but Trigger can get you an extra stun window. And if you look at this gameplay, it's the same amount of like overall S rank pulls on both teams for the Trigger and the Astra team. It's Sambi, Orphe, Trigger, and then the other run is not Sambi, Seed. It's Seed, Orphe, Trigger, and the other run it's Seed, Orphe, Astra, and they both got 65k a few months ago. The only difference was the Trigger team got more stun windows, while the Astra team obviously did not, right? So when it comes to both of them in this team, they actually ended up performing similarly, right? They actually performed very similarly to each other. They were both able to get the 65k pretty much at the exact same time. So when it comes to Yuzuha versus Rokudo, stunner versus support, I do think Yuzuha is going to have just better buffs overall, but will that extra stun window matter? Will anomaly agents be able to take advantage of that extra stun window as much as attack agents, for example, right? I think the answer is it depends on the anomaly agent. That's my honest opinion. I think it's gonna come down, it depends on the anomaly agent. And then obviously here's the Astra one. Because I just think that some anomaly agents will take advantage of an extra stun a lot more than others. So it probably will end up being very similar in the end. But I am looking forward to the most is the Rokudo plus Yuzaha teams. So I'm looking forward to see how those perform, right? Now, another huge question is, will Rokudo be able to do a good amount of buildup on her own? So you know how Yuzaha is a support, right, chat? Will Rokudo be able to have a good amount of buildup like Yuzaha? Like Yuzaha's a support, but she does a shit ton of her own anomaly buildup. Like you can get a decent amount of assaults just from Yuzaha on your team alone. She could be the only physical agent on your team, and you'll still get a good amount of assaults in the battle because Yuzaha does do a lot of anomaly buildup on her own. Will Rokudo be able to do the same? Will she be able to contribute to anomaly? Because that could end up hurting the Miyabi team, right? Because let's say you try to do a Miyabi Rokudo plus a support. Miyabi still needs disorders, right? She's not that comfortable to play if you're not getting disorders. If Rokudo is not contributing that many, you know, anomaly procs, that's going to be less disorders. So while the buffs could be very good in stun, that could potentially mean you're going to get less overall EBAs, and that could also factor into just being worse overall. But essentially what I'm trying to say for this entire thing is there's so many things that depend, and I just think it's such an interesting conversation. That's why I wanted to make this video. It's so interesting to think about it, right? Because most anomaly agents haven't really given a fuck about stun other than Miyabi since the beginning of the game. Like, yeah, they did more damage in stun, like every agent, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? So it's just very interesting for me to think, like, how could this really change how anomaly teams want to be played in the future? Like, will it really be just a select few anomaly agents that actually want Rokudo? Or like, will it be a lot of the anomaly cast that wants Rokudo / NangongYu, right? There's so many factors that go into how good she could potentially be. There's so many things that could completely tip the scale in her favor versus another support. Like there's just so many things that could change, right? So like, I just think it's super interesting to talk about. Also, Hirari is very good at this game. They are very good at this game. I just think it's very interesting to talk about. But overall, like someone said earlier, more options is better, 100%. More options is going to always be better no matter what. So if we look at the anomaly cast one more time, even if Rokudo releases and Jane's best team is still Jane, Vivian, Yuzaha, or Alice, Jane, Vivian, Yuzaha, even if her best team still doesn't use Rokudo, she'll still have that option, right? So I think it's overall going to be a good thing no matter what, because just giving anomaly agents more options in general, I think is a good thing for the game. Like the game has been so against them for a very long time now. Chat, like think about how many months it's been now since they started adding all the extra anomaly resistance, all the things that make them do less damage, less build up. It's been a while, so I think it's fair for them to finally get something, man. And also, Fiend is one of the bosses in the game that people score on average the worst. Like literally, I'm not even joking. Like I've been saying this for a while now. Like a fuck ton of people struggle on Fiend, and that's supposed to be an anomaly boss. So I think it's a good thing that anomaly agents are going to get more options here soon. I think it's a good thing. So regardless of how it goes, I think it's gonna be okay. But I do think it's a very interesting talk, and I can't wait to read the comments of this video to see like more people's thoughts. We can bring up this kit one more time. For me, I think it's gonna really come down to this. Let me just highlight this. How good is this about to be? Is this just gonna be a gimmick that's like okay, or is this actually about to be like game changing? Because everything else in her kit sounds pretty standard in terms of like buffing, just basic things. Like this is the real unique part of her kit, supposedly. Again, subject to change. But I think this is very interesting, man. Do not take days, stop stun recovery, does not take anomaly buildup, and anomaly effects cannot take down. I think that's so interesting, bro. And I'm wondering how strong this is actually going to be. Does it work like Totalize? I wonder, bro. Imagine she's doing Totalize damage, but it's like Anomaly. Dude, that'd be crazy. But overall, I just wanted to get the conversation started on this. Again, take these numbers and these leaks with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, this video is more so to talk about potential synergy issues and how it could really affect Anomaly agents in the future. Yes, this is my third video talking about NangongYu. I really like the character. I really do. So I won't apologize for that. She has the best fucking weapon design in the entire game, and I do not care what anyone says. Like, her weapons are fucking sick, and I cannot wait to bonk people with those weapons. But overall, leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. We're over 10,000 members now. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.